Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of our podcast. I'm your host, Samuel Jimenez.
Hi guys, so my name is Enzo.
I'm Rosalinda.
And my name is Kaysoun Rivers.
We're going to be talking about what they do, where they're from, and their businesses. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of our podcast. I'm your host, Samuel Jimenez, and I have with me three special guests today. We're going to be talking about what they do, where they're from, and their businesses. I'm going to start with the lady, Rosalinda. Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here. I'm so happy to introduce myself. I'm Rosalinda. I'm from Peru. I love the life as an entrepreneur. So right now, I decide to create a digital business. In this case, it's about Spanish. So basically, I help people to learn Spanish in a challenge. It's a Spanish journey challenge. So basically, in 60 days, I promote them and help them to improve their skills in the Spanish.
Nice, nice. What about you, Enzo?
Hi guys, so my name is Enzo. I have my own shoe reselling business. I buy, sell, trade, and consign shoes on social media platforms right now. I'm from Brazil, but I was born here, raised here in Miami, been here since then, and it's just a great place to be, to start a business and, travel through that while also, in the shoes that we're in college. So it's been great so far.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What about you, Kaysoun?
Me, Kaysoun. How you guys doing today? My name is Kaysoun Rivers. I'm from New York City. I lived in Florida for majority of my life. I have a clothing brand. My clothing brand name is Blessed Kid. I've been doing it. Honestly, I've been doing it since middle school. But I think like the last couple years was the time where I actually had the confidence to get out my ideas. And since now I got the confidence to do it now, I'm just going to take over. But I'm in the clothing is from, I'm trying to honestly get into everything. So like from kids to females to older people, you know what I'm saying? Everybody. And I feel like everybody could be in my brand. But yeah, that's a little bit about my business and, you know what I'm saying, who I am.
Nice, nice. Rosalinda, what make you start your company and make you help people to understand and learn another language?
Yeah, great question. So basically, it all started, it was a little funny actually. It's because one of my friends from Germany, we started talking about life in general. So then one topic to another topic, and suddenly she suggests me. So once I arrived to Miami, just a couple of years ago, so she told me like, hey, Rosalinda, why you don't decide like to help people to learn Spanish? We are here in Miami. There are a lot of Latin people. You speak English, so maybe you can help them to learn Spanish. So that's how the idea born. But actually, I decided to go to one platform and like I try to figure it out how we can help them, to learn Spanish. Then I decided to move to different kind of platforms and create my own, website and help them like not only like a one-on-one lesson, also to try to improve and try to help more people from United States and not only located in Miami.
Nice, nice.
Fire.
And you, Enzo, the inspiration behind starting your own shoes company.
So I love the creativity of shoes. There's so many different silhouettes, different colorways, different mix and matches. And at the end of the day, anybody wears shoes, right? You need shoes to run. You need shoes to go to work. You need shoes to go to school. You need shoes for anything. And at the end of the day, you need a different pair of shoes for each activity. So I just love the creativity behind it, the market for it. And, I love the community that is in it as well. There's so many pop-up shops and there's so many conventions and stuff like that you go to see just tables full of shoes that you don't normally see on the road or you don't normally see in stores. So that's the joy behind it is always, and another thing is creating that one-on-one connection with customers is something that I feel like nowadays is like, it gets too overwhelming and it's not personal enough. So it's not the greatest experiences for the customers. So it's, being able to facilitate it for the customer, bring it to them, ship it to them, and, just finding them what they need just from, a couple clicks on a phone, just hitting us up.
That's why I'm gonna definitely need some soon.
Yeah. And you, Kaysoun, what inspired you to start your own line of clothing?
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100. I ain't really had no inspiration from anybody or, like as a kid, like my parents always had me up to date with everything, like the latest clothes and whatnot. So, with that being said, I just kind of like, I was like, what if I have style, you know what I'm saying? Like I could put something together that's small, like you give me one item and I could just figure out the rest of the outfit. So I was like, what if, you know what I'm saying, I could just make my own, like figure out my own branding, figure out the clothing that I want to do, what type. So it's like I want to do streetwear. So I was like, I got style. I could wear, you know what I'm saying, I could put anything together nice. I'm presentable, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, let's do it, you know what I'm saying? So after I just figured out, you know what I'm saying, I can put things together. I was like, everybody loves clothes, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, that's the outfits, like that's trending, you know what I'm saying? That's the new trending thing. Hellstar is one of like something I look at because that's one of the popping ones right now. But I kind of go for like, I don't know. I don't really see inspiration, you know what I'm saying? I kind of just look and then I go for that. Like, okay, let me look at this sweater, see what I can do different for, you know what I'm saying, people to come to me instead of come to this person, you know what I'm saying? So, I'll say my inspiration is myself and just being creative, you know what I'm saying? I feel like having a clothing brand, you got to be real creative. Don't be the same because everybody got the same thing, but what is it that
make you special,
makes yours different, you know what I'm saying? So that's something that, there you go right there, blessed kid. You feel me? And another thing too, I just want to say, like, I done been through a lot, so like I kind of try to put like what I done been through into my clothes, you know what I'm saying? So blessed kid, like that's me. Like there's a lot of people that's blessed out here, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people that done been through a lot of traumatic and a lot of events, and I just feel like my clothes represent that. My clothes represent the prosperity, growth, you know what I'm saying? Somebody just coming from nothing and making something out of they so that's what blessed kid is.
Awesome.
So you don't follow any brand, any special
Nah, I don't. I look, I take a look, you know what I'm saying? I see like what they do, you know what I'm saying? But I don't really copy, you know what I'm saying? I feel like me being authentic and me going off of my ideas, and honestly, it may sound cliche or it may sound crazy, but blessed kid, the name, I actually got it from a dream. Like I took a nap, and like once I got it from my nap, I figured out the name. You know what I'm saying?
That's tough.
It sound crazy.
God, man.
Sound crazy, but it's real.
Yeah, there you go.
So Rosalinda, can you tell us what technology or platform do you use for your Spanish lessons? So because right now the world is not only but most of the parts online. So can you tell the people what platform do you use?
Yeah, for sure. So at the beginning, for example, as I mentioned before, I start like a 101, and also like I try to use another platform, like connect all the professionals. So then I decide like because of my students as well. So and I try to approach more people. I decide to create the website on which the name is like a Learn World. Basically, you can create any kind, not only like a language, also could be like any kind of digital product that could be possible, any kind of knowledge that you want to bring to the people, to the world, so you can put it there. So there is like a different kind of models that you can create, and you can like post or submit any kind of videos. And after that, what I like about this kind of platform also is like you are able to track all those students can track their progress, and also you can track their progress as well. And also I use different kind of platform as a Calendly, for example, that integrate my calendar with Zoom as well. And the Zapier, for example, is another kind of software that I use because allow me to connect with the Facebook and also with how we can push the sales, the different kind of strategies in the marketing that we can use on the system. So, and of course, different kind of social media as well, because at the end of the day, you also made me don't lie, like not only is about the service that you bring or the product that you bring, also is how you sell those kind of products and services. And even though you have the best product and service, and if you don't know how to sell, I mean, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
right.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, what challenges do you face starting your company, and how do you overcome them?
So, I think one of the biggest things I think any of us or anybody that tries to run a business at the beginning is that first step. We often hesitate to take it because we're like, oh, but it's a lot of risk to that reward, right?
Mm-hmm.
You never know. It could go completely sideways. It can go wrong. But dealing with shoes, for example, is there's such a broad market for it. You got, kids, young ages, all the way to adults at any age. Anybody wears shoes. So I think one of the biggest things that I had to overcome was just realizing that you're not going to win every single time. Not every single thing that you buy is going to be profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Not every single thing that you invest in is going to make you anything.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can lose double what you spent on it,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes it can go right. So it's the strategy really is, there's a lot to it. It's definitely something that you have to study the market in and something like that. But it's just process of elimination, starting off from scratch and then realizing what works, what doesn't, and then just going on from there and just, having the drive to not give up, because, you can't just expect to win all. And then once you lose one, it's like, oh, no, I give up. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be able to not make profit on a couple of shoes just to break even on the next shoe. Or even if you have a bad situation with one person and, they completely talk bad about whatever you do, the ability to make sure that the next person or the next customer that you take has the best, experience overall, it kind of like weighs out. So it's just keep pursuing. Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, how do you stay update to the fashion trends, because it changed a lot.
Mm-hmm. So, like, honestly, with the fashion trends, I don't really try to be too much with the trends. I try to stay with what is consistent. So, like, the brands that's consistent, that have been around for, like, many years, I go for those. I've been learning lately that, like, the more simple you are, the better people like, what I'm saying? Like,
that's a big one.
Yeah, like, I feel like being simple with clothes is the best thing, because, like, you got people that like graphics, what I'm saying? Then you got people that just want the white tee with just some little, or you just got some people that just want the white tee, they don't want nothing on it. You could then you got to put the tag, you got to put your logo on the tag, you got to figure out ways to be simple. I feel like that's the only, like, so, like, with that being said, like, I don't keep up with the trend. I kind of, like, so me working at Lacoste, I work at Lacoste at Aventura. If you want to come pop up on me, you can do that. But, like, at Aventura, like, what I'm saying, they got the gator. The gator is their sign, and they put it on every single clothing. But it's simple, what I'm saying? It's simple, and the quality is quality over quantity, always, what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that the quality is great, what I'm saying? Don't worry too much about how much of pieces you got. That's the quantity. You don't want to worry too much about that. You want to worry about, I remember there was this one customer, he was like, the reason I come here all the time is because I get my money's worth. So, what I'm saying? I want to make sure that whenever they come to me, what I'm saying, you getting your money's worth. You're not getting nothing less than what you pay for, what I'm saying? So, like, I just feel like just being consistent and just following the people that's been there for years, like decades. Like, Lacoste is one of those. I've been there for decades, and I learned just be simple and then just, what I'm saying, go with the quality.
So I know you two play sports, so I want to know, how do you two balance schoolwork, practices, and your own company?
So it's challenging. It definitely is, because, there's weeks where you're on the road, and then there's other weeks where you're here, but you're just so packed up doing so many different things that it's just like it gets a little bit overwhelming. So just like how he was explaining that he works at Lacoste, I work full time at Burrito, another store at Aventura Mall.
Go check it out.
Go check it out for sure. Yeah. So being a full time student, being a full time athlete, and then trying to run a business on the side while juggling sports and homework and all that, it does get challenging. But there's only 24 hours in a day, right? And at the end of the day, there's people that'll sleep 12, there's people that'll sleep 6. So it depends on how much effort you put into your day and how you time manage. Time management is a big thing. So for those weeks that you'll know, for example, last season, we had to go to Kansas by bus. Not a plane, by bus. That took about, I want to say, a little over 30 hours. So we drove straight 10, 11 hours more or less, stopped, slept, woke up at about 5 a.m. and just repeated the cycle 3 times until we got there for the game. But on the stops, you get internet, homework, do it on the spot. Don't wait for it. Don't wait for that, that Sunday at 11:50 where you're like, I gotta do the homework. I forgot about the homework.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like that. I ain't gonna lie.
So it's really time management, but you gotta make it fun, because if you're not having fun at the end of the day, there's no point of doing anything.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. So that's really it.
How I balance it, honestly, basketball is life for me. So I don't really I had a lot of off time because, I had broke my leg. I probably don't know about that, but I broke my leg at the beginning of the season, so I had a lot of time off this off season. So I wasn't able to play ball, but I was still able to coach, though. You know what I'm saying? So I was still traveling whenever they was letting me travel with the guys, and I was able to coach the JV guys this year. It was a great experience, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I was able to. It was fun. Like, you get to see the ups and downs, the emotions, all that, you know what I'm saying? It taught me a lot, you know what I'm saying? It taught me a lot of things for next year. But how I juggle it, I don't want to get too off course, because sometimes when I talk, I get off course. But how I stay on course with everything, like, I'm going to go over what Enzo said, like, it's about time management, you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that, for instance, how I do it, I have a routine. So I got my morning routine, and then I got my night routine. My morning routine, I try to get everything done by like 10 o'clock, depending on what time I gotta go on for work. I feel like time management is the biggest thing. Having businesses, you want to manage everything. You want to know what you're gonna do ahead of time. You want to plan ahead of time. You want to plan a day or two but ahead of time, or especially if you got like a job coming up, or if you got to sell shoes to somebody, or if you got to talk to somebody, you know what I'm saying? If you got a client that you got to talk to, you know what I'm saying? You want to do stuff in advance. You never want to do stuff the same day or a couple hours before, you know what I'm saying? Because it's never going to work out. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's only certain people that could really maneuver in this business world, because it be that one time where you feel like, I could take this day off. Nah, man, you can't take that day off.
Days
man.
off.
You gotta do what you gotta do every day. And sleep, you gotta find time. You know what I'm saying? That's not priority right now. Priority is making sure we get ourselves out there and making sure our businesses pursue.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rosalinda, you are in the business program here in the university. How does that help you?
So, honestly, they help me in different ways. For example, encourage me as well and inspire me how we can create different kind of things and pursue our dreams as well. So technically, one of the professors as well, for example, they mentioned about different kind of strategies that we can use in the marketing field. I always strongly mention about the marketing side, because it's important in business. So for example, creating a buyer persona, the funnels that we are gonna use, and the different kind of strategy, because nowadays also we need to use the AI. So for example, during my career as an MBA, using like the technology, like the ChatGPT as well, help us a lot, like creating the captions, creating like a different kind of content that maybe we can post, and also evaluate different kind of competitors as well that help us a lot to improve in our business. So technically, the business management also like a kind of to delegate different kind of activities as well. That helped me a lot, like some kind of suggestions from the professors, like what can I improve in this kind of side. Maybe I need to delegate some activities and prioritize another one, even though it's just me. But always we can find, any kind of resource in which we can help and also improve in our business.
Nice. Yeah. any professor that you
I can say like James Thomas, for example, with IT, it was pretty good, and also Alfredo Fuchs, he helped me a lot also with different kind of strategy in the marketing side.
I got a question. What's the best thing, like, after somebody was done with you and they was actually able to talk Spanish?
Yeah, it's amazing. That is a great question as well, because it's amazing how you can see the progress of that student. I have some students like start like from the scratch, to be honest, like pretty basic, and so then see the progress and see like how they can read in Spanish. Also like go to Ibiza, because I have different kind of students that they have different kind of goals at the end of the day. And those people who already have the goals, actually they achieve the Spanish better than other people who just want to do it just for fun. Yeah. And then I discovered like, basically those are my target people. My people is like
I have goals.
Who have goals, who really want to learn, or maybe they have a deadline. Even though I have that student who want to go to Ibiza in just 1 month, and even though he just want to go because he just want to get fun, but he's a business owner, so he has that kind of mentality. So that's why then I decide to modify and do some kind of a strategy now that I learned who is my target people.
Okay, so business owners, we go for the targeted audience that have goals.
Have a purpose, man.
You cannot just be doing this for nothing.
Exactly.
And I think that's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
I think that's why any business owner, any small brand does what they do. Is at the end of the day, it's for spreading it and like making other people happy.
Yeah, you see yourself doing something. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely want to be inspiration and just show others that you could do it too.
Exactly.
You could do it too.
For sure.
And so, what strategies do you use to target your customer?
So right now I'm just on social media. I'm just using social media. So I don't think I mentioned my name earlier. It's Zosolz. So it's ZO.SOLZZ. It's on the screen.
On the screen.
So yeah.
Go follow that.
Yeah. So I got that name. So my name is Enzo. So I took Zo from Enzo, and then Soul is just like another name for shoes. So a lot of the things that I've realized with shoes is that you could walk into a store and be like, oh, like I like those shoes, but they don't have my size, or oftentimes it's just a little difficult to find what you want to get. And there's a lot of shoes nowadays where they just don't have it in stores. It's just impossible to find, and then you're like, oh, but I really want this shoe, I just can't find it. So what I like to do is not only have a sharp skill to provide, like have a bunch of shoes on display, so that, oh, you're looking for that, I have it right now. But have the connections to, I'm looking for this shoe. Okay, how quick can you get it to me? Give me 2 days tops. I can have it here in your hands. Like, it's that simple. And I actually brought some today. So it's as simple as reaching out to kids. If there's families, this shoe specifically is a Yeezy slide, so this is blown up in the past couple of years. Yeah. Summer's coming along.
I got a pair.
Your kid needs a new pair of slides, and oftentimes they got to be stylish. So it goes from kids, then it goes to, oh no, but I don't like what everybody's wearing. I don't like Jordan. I don't like Yeezy. Okay, so you reach out to designers. So then you got Balenciaga.
Hey,
Balenciaga.
I love him already.
So you got Balenciaga. So then you're like, okay, well, Balenciaga's cool and all, but I'm more classic. I like Jordans. Okay. What Jordan do you like? You like 4s? Okay. You let me know. I'll find you a pair of 4s. I can get you any color you need. So it's as simple as, like I was saying, at the end of the day, we do this for making other people happy and, making it easier for people. So, you gotta find joy in doing what you do, and your strategy is just making sure that each day you grow from what you did yesterday. And you're gonna have tough times. You're gonna have a lot of headaches.
That's a part of it.
Yeah, it's just, it's never gonna be easy. Yeah.
Never gonna be a perfect day. It's not. That's not real.
It's not.
What have been some of the biggest lessons that you have learned?
I got positive lessons. The biggest lessons I've had is stick with your gut. Stick with your gut feeling. Like, never. There's a lot of people that's gonna have opinions. A lot of people that's gonna have their own input. But at the end of the day, like, you're the one running it. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. So, like, yeah, you can always use input from other people. Never, you know what I'm saying. Never keep your ears closed. You know what I'm saying. You always wanna be able to retain information from everybody, because I don't know everything, and I know, you know what I'm saying, these two other business owners don't know everything. So, you know what I'm saying, one thing about us is that we gonna always have our ears open to everything. But I think the biggest lesson was just, like, sometimes me, like, going against my gut feeling. Like, me, like, nah, this is not it. I don't want to do this. Maybe something better. But I think that's the only like biggest lesson for me, honestly. Like, that and procrastinating, procrastinating my ideas and getting it out. Like, now I'm confident enough to, true, if you don't like it, now I'm gonna make something else that you probably like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't reach the point where it's like, you might not like this, but somebody else might like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you don't like, somebody else like. You know what I'm saying? So, and what you can't do, somebody else could do. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I just look at it as just progression, honestly. I don't really see any flaws in it. Everything's a lesson to learn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Experience. There's never no losses. There's always lessons. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you got to learn from it, though, because if you don't learn from it, it's not a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Then it is a loss. Yeah. And if you do two things the same way, you called a maniac. So, don't be a maniac, man. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, focus in one thing. Yeah,
that's right. One thing at a time. Yeah. So how do you see your business in 5 years, let's say?
To be honest, I would like to keep helping more, maybe 1,000 of students here in the United States. And also, one of my biggest goal, not only my business, is create my own a brand, as a personal brand. I would like to inspire people. It's we are here because we know if it's possible for us to do this, it's possible for everyone. So I would like to encourage them to do their own business, to pursue their own dream. That is possible to do. So one of my biggest learn also is have that kind of mentality. Even though there is gonna be some days that you don't wanna do it, those days are the most important days that you have to do it.
When you don't want to.
Those are the most important days.
That's where the discipline comes in.
When you don't want to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, I see myself like that, creating different kind of business in. First of all, a focus in one thing, create it and create that scalability in my business, and also to be able to help more people in the area, in the personal brand.
What about you, Enzo? Same thing in a couple of years?
What do I see myself in a couple of years?
Yeah.
Dang. I mean, I would love to open a location. That's one thing. I would love to open a location in a nice spot, create it easier, grow, buy more, sell more, reach out to more people in different areas. That'd be great. Reach out to more conventions, pop up at more places. But I go where God takes me, man. I pray about it, and wherever He wants to take me, that's the plan. That's the move.
Amen.
That's where we going. That's what we doing. That's how we vibing.
Yeah. What about you, Kay?
Me, I love this question, to be honest. Where I see myself in a couple years. So I go by minute. I don't really go by years. I take a minute at a time, a second at a time. But in the years term, I see myself. First of all, let me just tell y'all, the podcast, this right here, this is something that I manifested. I always wanted to be on a podcast. I always.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is one of the first steps. This is how I know like I'm on the right path right now. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying, I got to give myself a pat on the back, and I know she got to give herself a pat on the back because I know this is something that we're looking forward to. But in the next 5 years, I see myself having a storefront. I see myself doing a couple. I want to do some pop-up shops this year in like some areas around Miami. Honestly, I just want to reach as many people as I can. I just want to touch as many people as I can. I just want to inspire, just get my word out, just get my story out to as many people as I can. Like he says, wherever God take me is wherever he take me, and I just got to keep moving. But one thing I could tell you, though, you pray about it, you got to move. You can't pray about it and stay stagnant.
No.
Because it's not going to come to you.
Exactly.
You're gonna, as many times you pray and be stagnant, he going to let you be stagnant. You know what I'm saying? You got to move forward as you talking to him.
Most definitely.
But the sky's the limit, honestly. I don't want to limit myself and say this is going to happen at this time because more might happen at that time, you feel me? So, wherever God take me, that's where I see myself.
You never know what the universe.
You never know.
Yeah.
He might have something for me tomorrow. You feel me?
Step by
Or
step.
right as soon as I get out the building. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I don't want to limit myself, but I definitely see myself doing a lot of things. And my biggest goal is just to touch the youth, because that's my main focus. Touch the youth, let them know, like, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm an inner city kid, so I just want to touch those that like believe that they can do it. Like, you could do it. Like, just put your head down. Just always tell yourself and believe in yourself. That's the biggest thing. Like, if nobody believe in you, believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just believe in yourself.
And
No matter
the same thing that we were talking about.
Yeah.
You gotta be ready for the opportunity.
when they come. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Be
Like,
ready.
That's right.
that's another thing too. Like, always put your head down and work, because you never know when your time is gonna come, and you want to be ready when that time comes. You know what I'm saying? So just
For
do what
sure.
you gotta do. Keep your head down. Focus. You got this. Never say you can't, because as soon as you say you can't, then you
You
can't.
can, yeah, exactly.
So do what you gotta do. Stay positive. As soon as you feel like the bad energy is creeping in your head, do something to get it away and just keep moving forward.
And Rosalinda, what advice would you give people that want to start their own language business?
Okay, my advice in general is not only if they wanna improve in the language business. It's more like in particular if they wanna jump to a digital course and those things. So basically, it's like first define who is gonna be your target and what is gonna be the activity that you're gonna do for sure. Then once you know what is gonna be the the people that you're gonna go for it, then try to find different kind of resources and prioritize, because I know that at the beginning it's gonna be overwhelming. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of information, a lot of resources, and also a lot of distraction as well. Because even though we try to look for the social media for some kind of inspiration, sometimes we get distracted. And
Nah, that's true.
It
That's
is what
true.
it is.
Sure.
So yeah, just focus. Get those inspiration as well. Use the technology, because nowadays the technology is our main tool.
Yeah.
So we have to use it in a smart way. If we have ChatGPT, if we have other platforms that we can create more content, we can use it and use those resources to help us to improve. And also hear our customers. Those are the main clients, and if they pay us for something or for some value that we are bringing to them, yeah, we need to be open to what are going to be the next step that we're going to take to keep working with those people that already invest in our service and our products. So be open to listen to them, because then we can move forward and keep growing according to the feedback. Because at the end of the day, we need to cover that necessity, not ours.
Yeah.
We're for them.
Yeah. They more important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
The client is
Yeah.
more important.
Yeah, for sure. And what about you, Enzo? What advice would you give to an entrepreneur that want to start their own fashion?
So I would say if you're looking to start, in fashion and shoes, whatever it may be, don't do it for the money. Because just like Rosalinda was just talking about, it's bigger than just us at the end of the day, So if you're stepping into whatever you're stepping in, whatever you want to do, and you're like, oh, I'm doing this just for the money, I don't like what I'm doing, don't do it. because 9 times out of 10 you're just going to be unhappy. You're not going to want to do it. You're going to get lazy. You're going to allow yourself to get distracted way more times. But if you enjoy doing what you do on a daily basis, it changes, you know, your mood, and it's just like, oh, okay, I get to wake up, and, you know, I thank God for another day where I can get up and work and do what I love to do. So, you know, it's he says a wise man knows when to speak and when not to speak. That's another thing, is that if you're like putting yourself out there, like trying to show off and stuff like that, nah, you know, count your blessings, stay quiet. If you get rewarded, if you start doing good, you know, just keep on the roll. You know, it's like a snowball. It's rolling down a mountain. The snowball's gonna get bigger and bigger as long as it keeps rolling. If it stops rolling, it breaks. It just stops.
Exactly.
So, you know,
I like that one.
Yeah, you maintain on course. You don't give up. Count your blessings and just stay quiet. That's it.
For sure.
What about you, Kay?
Go for it. Do it.
That too. Yeah, it's a big one too.
Do it. Don't procrastinate. Don't say you can't do it. Do it. Just do it. Whatever come to mind, whatever ideas you got in your head, it came in your head for a reason. You ain't thinking about it for no reason. You know what I'm saying? God only give us things that we can handle. He ain't never gonna give us nothing more, nothing less that we can't handle. So, with that being said, I ain't really got too much to say on that one. Honestly, go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
And I just want to emphasize something that just came into my mind. It's like when you think that you don't have the resources, actually you have the resources, because once the idea comes to your mind, it's because you got it. You have the whole resource into your body.
And I just feel like, I get a little deep, but I just feel like so it's a body and a soul thing. So once the soul gets to, like, it's talking to you and it's telling you, yo, do this, like, and it's constantly on your mind. It's constantly on your mind. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
And don't wait for the perfect moment.
There's no such thing.
There's no such thing as a
perfect. The perfect moment is now.
There's no such thing as a perfect moment.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I've been learning too. Like, the perfect moment is when you started.
Exactly.
That's the perfect moment.
And you know what's crazy about that is, so I began selling shoes and all that stuff in 2022, and then after a while, I want to say about a year, I stopped. I completely stopped. I kind of like shot myself in the foot, where I was just like, I don't want to continue with this. And then I had stopped for, I want to say, at least a solid 7-8 months. And then after stopping for those 8 months, I was like, you know what? I'm still thinking about selling shoes again. And then I just thought to myself for a while, and I was like, okay, well, if I'm thinking about it over and over again, why don't I just do it? Yeah. Because I stopped for 8 months. So if I'm still thinking about it 8 months later, there has to be a reason.
There has to be something. Yes.
And then you just go, and then I hesitated for a while, because I was like, oh yeah, but it can only take me so far, but I don't know the money. And then I was like, oh, forget about that. Let's do it.
Then that's the human body talking. The soul, you know what I'm saying? That's when the humans start talking to you, trying to distract you from what you, but the soul no. I want to say too, one of the biggest thing I feel like that discourages people is failing. You gotta want to fail.
You have to fail. Yeah,
you gotta fail millions of times, man, because that's the only way that you're gonna be able to make the next one great. You know what I'm saying? Once you gotta have a whole bunch of trials. You know, you gotta have your hypothesis, then you gotta have, you know what I'm saying, it goes step by step, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta mess up. I
think for me that's the only way that you learn.
Yeah, that's the only way that you learn. That's the only way.
Making mistakes.
You have to. If you're not willing to make mistakes, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
If you're not making mistakes, it's because you're not doing nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Moving forward. Yeah.
That's another thing. And it correlates. Honestly, it correlates to basketball too. Like, if you don't keep shooting the ball, you ain't never gonna figure out how to shoot it. Once you keep shooting the ball, you're gonna figure out the form you gotta shoot it. You're gonna figure out how far, how back, how wide your guide hand gotta be. You know what I'm saying? You figure it out as you mess up. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like don't be afraid to mess up.
And in what way your business studies here in the university has helped you with your brand?
So when studying business, I kind of take little pieces here and there from each lesson. something that I can use in my business, because it's not everything that I learn in school is not everything I can use in my business. You know what I'm saying? So I take the knowledgeable thing, and I take the things that I can use in my business. You know what I'm saying? Like marketing, I learned like a couple more things about marketing and certain ways to market on social media and stuff like that. So like, for instance, I would take stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, school, I'll take tidbits of things like that and just add it into the information that I already know, because youtube.com, that's the best university in the world, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But I kind of use, besides school, I use the other resources, you know what I'm saying? But YouTube's probably the one top, and school, but I only use like little bit of resources. I kind of already got a background of how to figure this stuff out, but yeah.
I really want to know, how do you aspire to create your own?
Honestly, my pops had, like, he's always put me in like the latest, newest stuff, you know what I'm saying? And from young, like, I just always, like, I could show y'all some baby pictures, but like, I got some pictures of me just like younger with, like, you know what I'm saying? I just always had up to date stuff on, and like, honestly, it's just it's from my pops. Like, I just feel like it's a gene thing, like, you know what I'm saying? And my peoples, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I feel like it's just something that like I've always, you know what I'm saying, been into, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of, you know what I'm saying? I just took it on.
So
That's where it starts.
I just took it on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, I don't really know how to explain too much, but you know what I'm saying? I just feel like fashion is me.
Okay.
It's me, it's who I am.
And what about you, as how does your studies with your business here in the university has helped you with your brand, with your company?
So when I first started coming to school here, I had just graduated high school, and then I jumped straight into it. That's exactly the same time when I started, my business. And I saw it as a way, because I grew up, a lot of props to my dad as well, in just a business, mindset and environment. And I always loved money flow. I used to resell bikes. I used to, when COVID was popping, everybody was like, oh, I want a bike. So I was like, you want a bike? Okay, I'll find the bike for you. So, I always loved the world of business and how it works. So then once I became a student, I was like, why not follow a dream while tying it in from learning something new every week? So then I grew from there. And then from one class, one semester you have psychology. And I'm like, okay, well, this is good to know. How can I learn what the other person is thinking or how the other person is feeling? How can I give them what they want? Mm-hmm. And then the next class you have business law, and you're like, okay, well, I need to watch out what I'm doing, because if I do something wrong, boom, you're taken to court, and then it's a whole legal process. And then the next one is, accounting. Okay, you got to, manage your expenses and see, papers, debits and credits, all sorts of things. So it was a very good learning process, because each class you learn something new, and each professor will try and push you forward in a different type of way. So I give big credit to, Professor Lyons, Professor Thompson, Professor Rivero, Thralls, all of them, because each and every one of them, try to shift you forward in a way where you will continue to excel. But it's not like everybody's saying the same thing, like, oh, you got it, like, just don't give up and you'll do it. No, they're like straightforward with you.
Yeah.
Like, you do it like this, and this will grant you it. And then each one has something different to say. So overall, I could say that, it was, I feel like the best decision for me was just to start day one when I started coming to school, because it's the best learning experience for you. And tying it in with business, this is what we want to do, this is what we're here to do. So it's the best way to learn it.
Yeah. So tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, for sure. So you can follow me on social media, and on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as You Spanish Journey, but you as the you. No, you like a you. Just a vowel you, Spanish Journey. And you can find all the resources. There are free resources as well. So you can follow me on social media, and you can watch some videos, some funny videos as well.
Okay.
What about you, Kay?
So me, you can find me on IG, K the Blessed One. And then on my brand page is Blessed Kid. My TikTok is Blessed Kid also. Facebook, you find me at Kaysoun Rivers. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, YouTube too. YouTube, yeah.
Okay.
Kaysoun.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, I think mine's just Kaysoun Rivers A881. Yeah, I'm gonna fix it, but yeah, that's it right now.
What are you, Enzo?
On Instagram, ZoSol, so ZO.SOLZZ. And then same thing on Facebook. Right now, it's the only 2 platforms that I'm on.
For sure.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for having me.
having us.
I mean,
Blast.
yeah. Thank you for watching us. Stay tuned. New things are coming. So stay tuned.
Bye, guys.
Bye.